That. Okay, welcome back to my live streaming. How many days I didn't do my live streamings because I'm very busy doing my cardiovascular exercise, maximum of 4 times and minimum of 2 times, something like that. And I should maintain that. I'm very thankful to God that I maintained my weight to 64 to 66 or range like that. But most of the time 65 kilograms. But just in Thursday I am 64 kilograms. But I don't know now because I eat a lot of fat foods because I crave to eat bolalo. This one, an evidence that I ate bolalo. See? And the very hot soap food is, oh my gosh, amazing. Okay. So before going to the proper discussion, and then also, I'm very happy because I need to eat more. See? Oh my gosh, what's happening to me? Pit, senyor kang tatay kini. Pit, senyor kang papa kini. O, diba? Okay. Like that. Oh my gosh. So, we'll be turning back to our main topic, which is a hormone, something like that. I discussed yesterday so many hormones, right? But now we'll go to the common hormones like that. So we need to discuss about hormones excreted in the thyroid gland, something like that. Okay. So what are those hormones excreted in the thyroid gland? We have, but before that, I want you to click like, something like that, and then in favor of me, okay, something like that. You can always share it to anybody else if you want it also, and then you can click my YT channel, okay, and I'm very happy to that. Okay, and I'm very happy also because my analytics is working very well, something like that, in my in my revenues analytical revenues calculation by the YT administrator. Okay, something like that. Okay. So for me, I'm very happy if there's only point something. It's really as long as it will be escalated, okay, rather than nothing, right? Okay. So we have here hormone. Okay. So let's review the definition of a hormone. Okay, that is a nerve signal chemical that is also called as a neurotransmitter and a chemical messenger. So these hormones are secreted in the endocrine gland to the bloodstream. But now we are focusing to the thyroid gland, okay? Thyroid, because it's a little bit of lengthy compared to the other hormones, okay? And this is also very important also because if you are eating a lot of salty foods, this will be the result usually because we love salty foods also, not only the sweet foods, right? Especially most of the foods we have in the kitchen, something like that. Okay, we put salt, something like that, and most of our salts also are being iodized salt. We put iodine, or the manufacturer put iodine, and there's also impact upon putting a high level of iodine and also less level of iodine, so we cannot escape. There's also negative symptoms for a lower iodine level, and there's also negative effect for a higher iodine level, and we need to study the epidemiology for that, okay, the control and the prevention of diseases with regards to the high of that iodine content and the low of that iodine content. So specifically referring to the hormones in our thyroid gland. Okay, like that. Okay, aga-aga ko nag-vlog mo, di ba? This is very first time, very early in the morning. Okay, because I was activated by the bulalo special. It was so very hot. Okay, like that. So, okay, thyroid hormones. Okay, like that. Okay. So thyroid hormones function is very important because this can regulate and control and improve our metabolism. Okay, improve our metabolism. Okay, when we talk about metabolism, it has to do something with proper digestion. Okay, and then this belong to the digestive system. Okay, like that. And most of the times you're talking about the gut family. We have the large intestine, the small intestine. Okay, like that. The pancreas. Okay, the duodenum, something like that, or any parts of our digestive. Okay, so improve metabolism, or let us say slash digestion. Okay, not only that, it can also regulate and control our heartbeat properly, or heart rate properly, something like that. So if that happens, that we have an adequate level of thyroid hormone, then there will be also a good situation that we have a proper flow of circulation. So it's gonna be like that. Okay, improve. Okay, or let us say improve heartbeat, or maintain. Okay, heartbeat or heart rate, something like that. Okay, and also not only that, okay, it's also helps to improve our breathing rate. Breathing, it has to do something with respiration. Okay, the main function of our lungs, the respiratory system. So thyroid hormones also are very, very important to that. Okay, so we have for breathing rate control and improvement or regulation, something like that. Okay, breathing rate. Okay, so it has to do something with uh, oxygen distribution, oxygen releasing, oxygen receiving, like that. So it has to do something with that. Okay, so normally the proper intake of oxygen level. Okay, ganon. And not only that, we have also the improve or controls our body temperature. Okay, like that. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of functions, right, of our thyroid hormones. So we need to take care also by limiting the salts, okay, like that, or putting adequate level of salts also, because there's no excuse. It should be in the center or in the average. Get the point? Okay. So we need to know if we have the functions. We need to know the sources for this, the biological sources, or let us say the anatomy, where it is started, something like that. So if we talk about thyroid hormones, we need to extract that there are two types of hormones before we can convert that to the thyroid hormones, specifically the T3 and the T4. Okay, so there, what is T3 and T4? I will discuss something for this. Okay, okay guys, wait for a while. Okay, if you want also to take down notes, then you can. Okay, so we have here two types of thyroid hormones. We have, I cannot discuss so many things about physiology like that, because I'm just only researching, like that, studying, and then having my sources and collating and compiling them, extracting them into the most understandable way of discussion, because I cannot go in detail, because I'm not really a medical science student or graduate or professional. Okay, I'm just into this because I really love to promote health science, okay, all over the world, especially the younger generations, that we have to take care of their health as one also of my advocacies. Okay, to have an advocacy that's not limited only to the political leaders, that you have the functions and responsibilities to our government. We as an individual also, we have our advocacies in life. Okay, not really that we are working in the government. So we need to inspire to encourage and promote, different valuable and substantial topics. In order, it will play important role of our lives like that, okay, and then it could really help us to grow as a better person, and then it can also improve our healthy lifestyle. Okay, it's gonna be like a good health is wealth, and this health science is all about. Okay, going back to this. Okay, so thyroid hormones that have T3 and T4. So the 3 and the 4 subscript here represents the atoms like that. So if you see T3, oh, 3 atoms some of iodine, something like that, and T4 meaning 4 atoms of iodine, something like that. So our T3, this is basically the thyroxine. This is highly technical. Sorry guys, you have to memorize really. Okay, then if you are a chemist, a biochemist, or a chemical engineer, then it would create interest in you because these are chemicals, and chemical engineers love chemicals. Okay, I don't know, it's just me, okay, because it depends on the chemical engineers, because there are also chemical engineers who love a lot of unit processes and unit operations, but most of the times I'm not enjoying that. Sorry, I'm enjoying more in chemical reaction engineering, kinetics, rather than the unit operation. This is just me, okay? Like that, and but in unit operations, I'm just loving the topic of, heat transfer, and then also the, what do you call this one? The fluid flow or the momentum transfer, but other than that, I don't like. Okay, I'm not having good grades in unit operations really, but I managed to pass the chemical engineering, coverage in the board examination, which is my highest score in the board examination. Really, okay, I was not expecting that, because I'm expecting that I will be highest in the physical and chemical principles in which there are chemistry there, physics, like that, pure science. But oh my gosh, my chemical engineering is really high. Okay, and my lowest is general engineering, okay, which is really really true, okay, because I'm not really that good in math, okay, but general engineering are all about computations, calculations, like that, a lot mathematics, okay, like that. But chemical engineering is high. Okay, now since these are chemicals, if you are chemical engineering students, if you are chemist students, or if you are taking mastery in chemistry or teaching chemistry whatsoever, right? So you will create interest for this. Okay, this is triiodothyroxine. I think this is gonna be the expertise of a BS pharmacist. BS pharmacy students, because as I scrutinize, cross-examine their chemistry is very high. No, meaning to say highly theoretical and technical compared to the BS chemistry. This is me, when I saw their topic. Oh my gosh, very difficult really, guys. It talks a lot of drugs, pharmaceuticals, the chemical reactions, and after that there will be prescriptions like that to the patient, and then the disease, what to control, like that. Nakakaloka. Grabe yung mga organic chemistry nila talaga. Kasi I'm watching that in the YouTube also. Some vloggers really love it to do that, especially yung mga pharmacy like that, medical technology. But usually my sources are doctors. Okay, like that. Apart from looking in the words and statements, if you go to the www.net, words only, theoretical, and then after that one, I'm never contented. I'll go watching videos so that I can really understand what's going on, not just the words, something like that. Okay, now the T4, guys, is the thyroxine. Okay, T3 triiodothyronine. Okay, thyroxine ang T4. Okay, ganon. Okay, now, so let's talk about the sources. So these two will be generated in the TRH, right? Okay, thyroid releasing hormones. We have two types kasi, guys. We have the thyroid stimulating hormones, and after stimulating that one, it will release. Okay, so the purpose only is to produce, okay, but not releasing yet. But the TRH, actually TSH and TRH, okay, like it depends on what kinds of hormones, as long as releasing and stimulating. Okay, so the stimulating will be more on the input, or oh my gosh, more on the, what do you call this one, guys? More on the raw materials part, like that, reacting with each other to produce. Okay, meaning to produce is release na siya. So thyroid releasing hormones. Okay. Okay. So where can we found that? Okay. So let's talk about this. Okay. Dito point pa nga talaga akong itag. So if you can remember, wait! Singkap po ang, as we can remember in our, central nervous system composed of the brain and the spinal column, and I discussed about the parts of the thalamus, okay, which is the upper part, right, in which the storage of all the body data and information will be stored there. Stored only, not yet integrated, not yet distributed, something like that, okay? And then in the lower part, we have there the hypothalamus, right? Let's say I will do this like this. Like your digestive, we have also the, like a tail in the last part, and that's we call as an appendix, right? In our digestive, okay? And then this also like a tail, but this is really called the posterior pituitary, okay? Posterior pituitary, or let us say it belongs to the pituitary gland, something like that. It will have a gland called pituitary gland, okay? Like that. So we have also our hypothalamus here, and this is whole thalamus, something like that, okay? Thalamus at the top, and then we have the whole section which is the cerebrum vortex in our central nervous system, right? Now we have here the pituitary gland, right? So this is responsible in the secretion of thyroid hormones. So the control of the secretion of thyroid hormones happening here, okay, in the pituitary gland. Okay, what do you mean by secretion? Meaning producing, okay? The control in secretion or production of thyroid hormone starts from this pituitary gland. Okay, so since that starts there, that is TSH, meaning thyroid stimulating hormone. Now after that, as I told a while ago, we have a tail here, and we have also the bottom part, and this is now the posterior, okay? So, dito po mga palaba kong hitad. Ganon. Okay, it's in the thalamus. Okay? Thalamus. Okay, mga palaba kong hitad. Ang imong releasing hormones. Okay, at doon na siya sa hypothalamus, ang imong releasing hormones. Diba? Okay, kay hypo man siya. Okay, so in hypothalamus, the TRH is happening. Okay, thyroid releasing hormones. Okay, wala siyang source sa imong hormone. At dito siya mo release something like, it is a location where the TRH will be produced. Okay, now so basically, so this posterior pituitary that have a pituitary gland and the hypothalamus really are the sources of your stimulating hormones and releasing hormones, or basically the thyroid hormones. You get the point? Okay, so things like that. Okay. Then if I will say blank is a T3 thyroid hormone, so you will answer triiodothyronine. Blank is a T4 thyroid hormone. Your answer will be thyroxine. Okay, things like that. It happens also. It will be coming out in the not really board examination or any examination relates to health science or whatever, okay? Get the point? Or especially, science fair, competition. If you are really joining such kind of competition, academic quiz bowl, something like a quiz fair, if you love to join that in your high school or college, something like that. You can find out so many questions in science like that also. Okay? Get the point? Okay. Now let's talk about the disease. Okay? Get the point? So we have the hypo and the hyper. Just like the blood pressure, hypertension and hypotension. Hypertension is the high blood pressure. Hypotension is a low blood pressure. Hypo means in English low, L-O-W, and hyper means high. And these are only attachments, prefix attachment, or basically an adjective that we need to determine the leveling. Okay, you get the point? So it will be attached on a root word, something like a hypertension. Your root word is tension. Okay, we need to see the tension of the pressure of the blood. Okay, that's why hypertension. Okay, since you know tension force is discussed in physics, right? You know already what is a tension force. It's the same thing also will be happening there in our blood pressure. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. So we have hypothyroidism, hyperactive, so you're very, very energetic. Something hyperacidity, you have so many gastric acids secreted in your pancreas. Something like that. Okay? You get the point? Ganon. Okay. So we have, hyper muna tayo guys. Hyperthyroidism. Okay? You will add only ISN. Okay? So this case is like that. For example, if you are a Hindu, then Hinduism. Something like that only. You get the point? Okay? If communist, then communism. Like that. You will add only the ISM in the last. This is also English. Right? So the root word is thyroid. And you have only to add ISM. There's so many words in English like this. Okay? If you encounter that one, okay? Then hyper will be the prefix attachment as an adjective describing or as a description describing your thyroid. Okay, like that. Okay, you get the point. So it's gonna be, so hyperthyroidism is high level of thyroid hormones. Okay, which is that here. Hyper, because it's hyper, right? High level of thyroid hormone. Guys, let's check the time because you know it's very early in the morning, right? Ako rin ulit ko. Okay? Wait, mga palangak ng hitad. Nakakaloka. Okay. Oh my gosh. Anak ni Janice. Okay. Tama sa guys ha. Diba? Hindi maklaro, no? Hindi nakakaluka. So, high level of thyroid hormone. Okay. So basically, this is really the T4 in which the thyroxine, right? T4. Then if you can remember, right? Okay. Like that. Okay. So, if this is the case, what are the symptoms of too much, thyroid hormone for that? What's going to be happening for that? The thyroxine siya, what's going to be happening if too much thyroid hormone? What are the symptoms? Symptoms, guys, is really, irritability, okay? You get easily be irritated without any reason. Okay, you easily get angry, you easily get mad without any reason, something like that, and you usually get insulted even though No, you are very sensitive to certain statements in which you don't have to think that deeply, something like that. So it's gonna be like irritation, the feelings of irritation, irritability, irritability. Okay. And then we have also, what else mga palangga kong hitad? We have sleeplessness. Okay. Sleeplessness, it has to do something with cannot sleep very well or insomnia. Okay. Like that. We need to say you have lower level of melatonin hormone. Okay. You cannot sleep easily. Science can explain to that. Melatonin hormone is very low. Okay. No other reason. Melatonin is very low. Okay. If you cannot sleep, because it will result to insomnia and sleeplessness. Okay. You get the point. So what else mga palangga? So we have, okay, we have really the heart raising. Wow. This unique terms, right? Heart raising. If we have a car raising, a bicycle raising, a motorcycle raising, an automobile raising, a truck raising. We have also heart raising, meaning our heart, H-E-A-R-T. Meaning to say, if you have heart raising, meaning to say, you have a very, very high heartbeat. Okay? Like that. So meaning to say, you are developing tachycardia. Tachycardia is a medical term for a fast heartbeat. Again, tachycardia. Okay, this is the medical term for fast heartbeat. So the general will be heart racing or high heartbeat, something like that. Is the point mga palangga kong hitad? Okay, it's gonna be like that. And you need also to develop diarrhea. Okay, is the point? Diarrhea, and then we have also heat intolerant. Okay, what do you mean by heat intolerant or intolerance? Meaning to say, you cannot feel the heat. You cannot feel the heat even though you are now very, very hot, but still you cannot feel the heat in your body. Something you are heat intolerant. Because why? Because it's the word in English again. If there's the word in, meaning the opposite of that, you are not tolerant to heat in English. If there's in, for example, incomplete. Okay, meaning to say not complete. So here also, not tolerant. Meaning to say, you are not tolerant with heat. So in English, if you add in as a prefix in a word, that's been not. Okay? Incomplete, intolerant, inexpensive, meaning not expensive, not costly. Okay? If you put in the first prefix, right? Something. There's a lot of example for that, guys, huh? Okay. What else? Innate. Oh, diba? Not natural. Innate. Okay? Or unnatural. Diba? Na siya I-N. Okay, that's in English. Something like that. There's so many words that have I-N in the first, but insoluble, something. But I cannot think on the spot, right? I'm not preparing that to discuss to you. That's only connected with my discussion on the spot. Okay, insoluble also, not soluble. Okay? So that's the word in. Okay? Injustice, meaning no justice. Okay? So, more ginitimanan sa, if there's two letters IN in the first term, in a wrote word, then that's mean not, no. Oh, ganon. If I say heat intolerance, meaning not tolerant to heat. So meaning to say, you can easily feel the heat. Even though it's already get hotter, and you can still feel cold, something like that, even though it's not it's not cold, things like that. So, or you are not sensitive to heat. Okay? Get the point. Muna siya mahitabo. Okay, muna siya mga palangga. Okay? So, irritability, sleeplessness, insomnia, okay, heart racing, high heartbeat or tachycardia, diarrhea, heat intolerance, something like that. This is for the high levels of your thyroid gland. No, thyroid hormone, sorry. And this is gonna be your T4. Okay. So now what will be your diagnosis here or your treatment? We're now dealing with epidemiology. So what is your treatment here? Because you are now having the symptoms. Okay? So what are your treatment and medication for this? Okay? So you need to introduce the anti-thyroid medication. Okay? Anti-thyroid medication. Second will be the radioactive iodine 131, something like that. I-131 with corresponding subsequent, hormone replacement. Okay, you are adding the radioactive iodine at the same time you're having a subsequent hormone replacement. Okay, but not necessarily surgical operation. It could be a laser type, whatever. Okay, but because the last will be surgical operation through, trying to remove some parts of your thyroid gland. Okay, some parts because it's already having so much, iodine. Okay, like that, or thyroid or thyroxine. Okay, you get the point. And that is hyperthyroidism. Okay, you got the point mga palaga kumitad. It's gonna be like that. So, what will be the one triggers for this? Okay, what causes for this also? Okay, because we know already the symptoms, we already know the treatment, we already know the functions, like that. Then, what triggers and causes this to happen? Okay, it's related to too much level of, antibodies, characterization of your antibodies and your immunoglobulin, and especially also your stimulating immunoglobulin. Okay? Okay? Antibodies, characterization of antibodies. Okay, the immunoglobulin or thyroid stimulating immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin. Diba? The SI. Thyroid stimulating immunoglobulin. Okay? So, you have too much of this. And this disease is what we call as grave disease. Okay? G-R-A-V-A. Graves disease. Okay? Blanc. If the question was saying, blanc is a disease that is characterized by having too much antibodies and immunoglobulin in your system. A. Parkinson's disease. Diba? B. Alzheimer's disease. C. Zollinger syndrome. D. Graves disease. Your answer will be Graves disease. Okay? Get the point? Things like this in the examination, theoretical, right? Get the point. So, it's grave disease for the higher level of your thyroxine, or let us say iodine. Okay. So now we go to the hypothyroidism, the opposite. Okay. Hypothyroidism. Okay. So meaning to say, low level of iodine, or should we say there's a deficiency of iodine. Okay, or lack of iodine, or insufficient iodine content. So you can play around adjectives, right? As long as you understand. Okay, you get the point. But mostly of the books saying deficiency of iodine or iodine deficiency, but it has the same meaning. Iodine insufficiency or insufficient in iodine, lack of iodine, less of iodine, things like that, or lower level of iodines, lesser level of iodine. So if you understand really, so it's still the same. Okay, you get the point. So if you have a very, very low of either thyroxine, okay, thyroxine, triiodothyronine, thyronine. Okay. Imong tema na guys basta hypothyroidism and hyper-X. Para madali. Thyroxine na yun. If hypo, N man, so ano na yun? Triiodine, threonine. Ganon. Thyronine. You get the point? Ano siya. So what are the symptoms for this? Okay, we have fatigue. Okay, depression. Okay, lower heartbeat. Okay, then we have also constipation in your stomach. Okay, then what else? Heavy menstrual cycles for women. So for example, if the woman is always keep on menstruating, there's a possibility that she has a lower level of iodine or lower level of thyroid iodine and thyroid hormone or thyronine, triiodothyronine. Okay. Heavy menstrual cycles. Okay, mga palangga ko kita. And then also, okay, the Hashimoto, okay, thyroiditis. Guys, if you meet like this ITIS also in medical science, that is a disease. Hepatitis, like that, okay? It's the same like this, thyroiditis. It's very difficult to pronounce, right? Thyroiditis, like that. Sinusitis, meaning to say that's disease if it ends with ITIS, huh? Okay? You get the point? Atong timan na ng mga technique so that we can identify, that's a disease, so that we can have an idea. Okay? Like that. It's gonna be Hashimoto thyroiditis. Again, Hashimoto thyroiditis. Okay? It's a disease in our autoimmune system. Okay? Meaning to say the wrong interpretation of our immune system. Because there's a natural wrong interpretation that is autoimmune, automatic, something like that. So there are a lot of automatic immune diseases. This is only one of the examples, something like that. And this is attributed by the swelling of your thyroid gland. Muna na siyang muburot imong diri. And that causes goiter. Goiter in your neck. Okay? Goiter. Okay. Meaning to say goiter, the swelling of your thyroid gland due to the Hashimoto thyroiditis disease, autoimmune disease, because you have low level of iodine or deficiency in iodine, something like that. So this will be, so if the question will say, blanc is a disease due to iodine deficiency, your answer will be goiter. Okay? Or Hashimoto thyroiditis, if you are more on medical terminology. But usually, goiter will do. It's just the same. Because I heard this also in the examination before when I was in elementary level. Because we join like this in elementary, in high school. We normally represent our schools in the competition, something like that. Okay? So, I heard also a question like this. Blanc is a lack of vitamin A. Mga ganon. Blanc is a disease, is due to the lack of calcium. Ganon. Okay, especially in the city of Naga before, like that there's a nutrition day, something like that in the elementary level, and we bring the banana, the fruits in the city like that, and there are also competition, a lot of competitions like that, drawing competition, science competition, like the mathematics competition, like that, and then before, so like that, so we normally join like that. Okay, it depends on the situation, but the teachers will choose the students who excels the most in that particular subjects. Okay, like that, because since elementary I really love science. That's why normally I will be one of the competitors regarding to science competition. Okay, not really that math. Okay, the point. Ganon siya. Okay. So, the symptoms of this low level of iodine is one, fatigue, depression, lower heart rate, okay, what's this? Heavy menstrual cycle, constipation, and Hashimoto thyroiditis, something like that. Okay? You get the point? Ana siya. Any questions so far for this thyroid hormones? Okay, this is very clear, right? Okay, very clear, right? So I will be, since we are talking about pituitary gland, right? So pituitary gland, and then this related to hypothalamus because they're very, very, very near, right? But I found other, sources that, the hypothalamus will release also another, another hormone. Sometimes, maybe I didn't understand because I'm not a medical science student or professional, but I wonder why. Really, okay? Say for example, hypothalamus, it states there in my source that it will generate the GnRH, the gonadotrophin releasing hormones, GnRH. So we need to say it's in the gonad. Again, review what's gonad? The reproductive organs of the male and the female. That's gonads. Okay? You get the point. So it's gonna be the testes for men, and for the girls or the women are ovary and the uterus. Something like this are the gonad. Okay? So that's why we have diba? Gonadine, okay? Releasing hormones, GnRH. Okay? Gonadine, diba? Ganon. Okay. GRH. Gonadine releasing hormones, something like that. Okay, so this will release the FSH and the LH. Ganon. What is LH? Luteinizing hormone. Okay, luteinizing hormone. What is the root word of this luteinizing hormone? It's gonna be the lutein. Lutein is a protein that makes us have a clear eyesight. This is normally found in vitamin A, the carrots, the tomato, something like that. What else? The squash, and also the egg yolk of the egg, the orange. So if the fruits and vegetables turning to become orange, there's a presence of vitamin A most of the times. Sometimes also the color will speak to the nutrients and vitamins we found. For example, if the fruits and vegetables will become red or pink, so it will be rich in lycopene as an antiviral agent to prevent or to reduce the symptoms of developing cancer. Okay? Things like that. You get the point? And if it is turning also to green, like that, so green most of the times also mostly anti-mutagenic. Okay? You get the point? So things like that. It depends also on the color sometimes, but not all the time. Okay? You get the point. For example, the grapefruit, okay, something like that. What else? Tomato, like that. It rich in lycopene. So we need to say, as what I understand, it's a red pigment that reduces the development of the cancer, something like that, in a fruit or vegetables. Okay, so if you found celery, normally celery will turn into orange, right, or red. So of course, it speaks that it's also an antiviral agent. Okay, because of the color sometimes, but not all the time, but most of the times. Okay, you get the point. Ganon. So luteinizing hormone ng LH and FS will be the follicle stimulating hormones. Okay. Okay, ganon. So what are the purpose of these two hormones? This is for the development of our, okay, testes, ovaries, and uterus. We need to say reproductive sexual organs. Okay, like that. Or, yes, reproductive sexual organs. Okay, it will develop more if we release this GRH broken down into FSH and LH. Okay, so to make it specific, the hormone we found here will be the testosterone for men. Okay, and we have also the estrogen for women. Okay, like that. You get the point, something like that, and it's very, very clear. Okay. Okay, in developing your testosterone and estrogen, okay, the raw material for this usually are your cholesterol. Okay, that's why you need to have the production of cholesterol so that you have your testosterone for men and estrogen for lady or girls. So that's why we need to say we don't eliminate that one, but we need to control only the leveling of cholesterol. If that's too high, that's not good. But it's okay. It's also necessary because that would help in the production of the sperm cell and the egg cell. Okay, that's the main component, the cholesterol. Okay, because this testosterone and estrogen are highly hydrophobic. Same characteristic with cholesterol, belong to the lipid family and the fat family in in biochemistry. Okay, you get the point? Ano siya? Okay, muna siya. So, munang nasa degree level sa cholesterol because cholesterol is very useful. Okay, cholesterol is very useful really to produce fats. What's the purpose of fats? To regulate the heating and cooling system inside our body. So if there's no fats, then we don't have metabolism because it can convert into fuel to release heat. That's why we need to burn, right? Burn calories. The term is burn because it has to do something with heating, right? B-U-R-N. So that heating system or burning. So our fuel there is not literal, that gasoline like that or petroleum. This will the same have function. Okay? Analogy term only, it will act as a fuel to produce fats like that. Okay, and these fats also will develop the integrity and the solidity and the rigidity of our cell membrane. Okay, imagine how useful the fat really is. That's why the usual case your stomach will be bulging because it will stuck in your cell membrane. All the fats there, it will not be burned always because too much high. Okay, you get the point. The only problem is too much high, but if it is okay, then it's very good. It is useful to our body. Get the point? Ganon, especially the vital organs. It needs to have a strong cell membrane because if it is not strong, it will be easily be wounded, okay, and lacerated, and any foreign material will go to your vital organs. So again, it will cause inflammation, okay, cuts or whatever, and then it will develop cancer, tumor, or whatever. Okay, so that's why it's very helpful. Okay, just like in our house, our cell membrane will be the wall. Okay, the wall. Okay, in order to have that wall, you need to make the concrete very good, right? Mixing of proportion of your sand, gravel, like that, so that it will become more solid, something like that. Okay, the cholesterol is the one also we mixed, just like the sand, the gravel, to make it strong. Okay, the same principle, okay, but that's only in a science point of view. That is in a civil engineering point of view. Okay, you get the point. So imagine if there's no concrete and there's no proper proportion of your sand, gravel, and water, then it will collapse the wall of your concrete building or school. It's just the same in our vital organ. If there's no enough cholesterol, then how can it will be, properly maintained and become strong? So problem also. Okay, not only that also, it will maintain also the in and out of the substances that will flow there. It will control. Okay, automatically by autoimmune. Autoimmune, guys, means natural rejection, natural acceptance. Like that. But sometimes it will be misinterpreted by the vital organs. That's why it will become an autoimmune disease. Get the point? Because sometimes also there are substances that will mimic the other behavior of other substances, especially the antigenes. Antigenes, as I discussed a while ago, these are really amazing because sometimes they will mimic or they will try to disguise the behavior of a protein, and they will also act as a protein, and then our immune system will say, this is protein, but actually it's not protein. So the autoimmune disease will come in because of the wrong interpretation naturally. So that's what we mean of autoimmune diseases. Okay? So just like a human being pala siya, ma-misinterpret po nato, especially if we are the marites, whatever, okay, in a chismis or whatever, and then we heard a news and it's not really the true news you heard. It's just like that also the function of the autoimmune. Okay? It will be mistaken by our vital organ also. Get the point? Things like that. It's not only happening to the people, but also to our vital organs also. The misinterpretation, blah, 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 so and so. And that is autoimmune system or autoimmune diseases. Ha? Okay? Like that. Ipunan natin mo auto ang immune. Kasi autoimmune system. Okay? Get the point? So, wala siya ang GRH. Okay. Now, arito sa hypothalamus, pituitary. Okay. Ang pituitary na kasi i-produce, guys. Uy, makabuang. Okay, we have the LCGH. Okay, like that. We have the GH, the P. When I was in college, not really in high school, I practiced doing the acronyms because it's not very difficult to memorize. So I need to troubleshoot the first letter in a sentence, especially if that is, too much enumeration with a sentence to sentence, especially paragraph also sometimes, right? Okay, but if that is only one word, it's very easy to enumerate. Okay, that's why I need to have my own acronym. The teachers will never taught you for this. That, Sotero, you should have the acronym so that you will memorize it. That's your own style of studying. Nobody will teach you the acronyming. You get the point? It's your autoimmune will interpret something like that for that. Nobody teaches you to do that. Okay? There are things in studying that nobody will teach you. That's your own style only. Okay? That would help you a lot. Okay, that's I told you before, right? You will put everything, the processes and operations, and then your chemistry teachers will never teach you like that. So let's call the operations, processes from chemical processes to physical processes. They will never tell you like that. Then if you will enumerate that from A to Z, there's a lot. Enumeration, sublimation, filtration, decantation, evaporation, like that, there's a lot. Okay, flotation, sedimentations, okay, filtration, evaporation, like that. So many, sublimation, condensation. Enumerate that in your notebook and troubleshoot and extract the definition. Okay, and if it is not enough yet, okay, put the scientists who play an important role of each process. And not only enough for that, take also the formula in each process. In that way, you can really pass the theoretical coverage in the board examination. You get the point? What you lusot ang theories for the examination for that. Ato na lang ka mag-problema sa problem solving because engineering board examination have the very difficult, problem solving. But guaranteed na yun ang theory mo, dako kag score. Get the point? Anak siya. Muna akong ginabuhat sa board examination na mundo kong theories and principles because I am not really good in math. Okay? I'm just average or a little bit average, something like that, but I'm not strong in math. So, when the examinations come in, oh my gosh, there's a lot of theories. Okay? For example, out of 100, 50 theories, and for example, 60 problem solving, 40 theories, like that. Okay? And don't tell me I cannot get also the all problem solving. Okay? To think all problem solving are not also very difficult. There's also very easy to solve. I think there's only 20 that's difficult to solve. But the rest are average to normal to solve. The plus theory. Pasok sa banga. You get the point. Dapat i-develop kina itong theories, principles, concepts, strong memorization. Okay? Because if you have a strong memorization after understanding the clear context of that particular topic, then, that will be your foundation, okay, to solve difficult problems. Okay, get that point, Ana siya. So, GHP, we have the PSH, FSH, and the MCH. Oh my gosh! So, mga code-code akong i-troubleshoot. What is P? This is prolactin. Okay. This is really a hormone in your digestive system. Okay? And then we have the ACGH. Okay? Adrenocorticotrophin. Wow, diba? Okay? Stimulating hormone. Sa ganito? Adrenocorticotrophic stimulating hormone. Grabe naman yan. Okay? Very difficult, right? Okay, so adreno meaning adrenaline. Cortico meaning cortisol hormone. Okay, trophin. Okay, trophin also is a type of, hormone. Okay, and then combined together. And then we have also the GH. The GH is very important hormone for the growth. Kasama ni mga growth. Ano na siya katong hair, nails, skin, like that. Okay? Okay. Height, like that. And vital organs. Some vital organs will grow. Something like, okay? Some, but not all, right? Will grow because, especially if there are symptoms, diseases like that, or especially if you develop a, tumor or whatever, okay? Sometimes it will become fat, just like the liver, right? Okay, things like that. Okay, it's gonna be like that. The height will be, attributed in, for example, in your puberty stage. Okay. So, what is a puberty stage? This is only for men. This is the time when your testes will excrete again testosterone. Excrete meaning to produce testosterone, like that. Okay, and then it will develop your male sexual organ. Meaning to say, it will become, it will become big like that and matured like that. You get the point. And then the voice of the kid who is a boy will change at the age of 12 years old. That's as biological. If you can notice, there are singers who have very high voices at the age of a kid. It will change 12 years old pataas if they are a man, because due to puberty stage, because of testosterone hormone. Okay, like that. Depending on the voice, and then the height also will become tall a little bit. Okay, not cherry but testosterone, natural. Okay, you get the point. Sumutubo jud ang tao because of that. Okay? Mana siya. And then, mag-start po growth ang mga hair. Sa beard, B-E-A-R-D, sa suwang, sa ilok, armpit, o ang bulbul. Okay? Ang bulbul, diri sa imong reproductive. So, the main cause of that, why the growth of the hair will appear because of testosterone hormone that produced by our testes. So, sa mga ang testes, itlog. Okay? So, itlog sa lalaki. Diha nagpundo ang mga testosterone. Ganon. So, during ejaculation and masturbation, it will release. Okay? Meaning to say, so, that sperm cell is composed of testosterone that contains 760 proteins. If you try to analyze that in the laboratory. Okay. Things like that. Based on my research, really, that will become bad if you are doing multiple sexual partners. You get the point? It will turn out to be a cause of HIV, AIDS. But then if you don't do that, sperm cell and testosterone are healthy. Imagine, contains 760 proteins found in your testosterone. But others would interpret that this is, this is a germ or hugaw. No, it's not. Okay, it's only take to have research to do the composition of your testosterone. Assignment: composition of testosterone. This is not a bacteria. This is not a germ. This is not a parasite. This is not a virus. Okay, this is healthy. A sign that you are a healthy man. If you have you are productive if you have a good level of testosterone, because mostly of it are proteins. Okay? Because proteins will make a hormone. Okay, let's review. Okay, amino acids is the building blocks of protein. And after it will turn into protein, protein also will convert into a hormone. Hormone is the last stage. Because hormone is more on communication to the brain cells. Okay, for the sensory, okay, neurons, and for the motor neurons. For motor meaning people will move, will act, will eat, like that. And the sensory will be our seeing, hearing, taste, like touch, like that. So it is the hormone will do that. Okay? Nothing else. We will just say, protein will give us energy because we are referring to the cause, the raw materials. That's why generally we will say like that. What gives us energy? The answer will be carbohydrates, protein, or any kind of make energy-giving food. But actually, it's not. It's hormone that will give the energy in the last stage. Okay? Because this chemical messenger hormone will react to the neurons. Neurons in our peripheral nervous system, that it will go to the vital organs and it will push to function all the vital organs and as a whole also as the last. Okay? That's why chemical messenger hormone or neurotransmitters are very, 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 very important. Okay, you get the point. That's why there are a lot of hormonal disease. Most of the diseases, guys, are hormonal. Okay, you get the point. So hormonal disease, you get the point. Mga ingana. Okay, we have that. Okay. Thyroid stimulating hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, and melanocyte stimulating hormone. Melano comes from the word melatonin. Okay, the one who will stimulate the melatonin hormone is the melanocyte stimulating hormone. Okay, MSH. Right? Yeah, MSH. Okay, tapos naman siya mga atong timanan sa hypothalamus. Wow, grabe ang hypothalamus, no? Oh, pituitary gland, sorry. Ganun ka siya gamit. Okay. Ano siya mga tabo niya, kita yun niya. Sa brain, din siya guys, no? Nakakaloka, diba? Anak. Okay, time check mo to yung powdered Alaska milk. Charot. Okay. Ganon. So, any questions so far for this? Nothing, right? Okay, nothing. I have nothing. Okay? You get the point. So, goodbye everybody. Thank you so much for watching this topic regarding the, the hormone, like that, and so on and so forth. Thank you so much. If you can share it to anybody else, you can share. Okay, click notification bells for some newest updates. Okay, mas katubo naman ko guys. 30 minutes na naman matulog ta. Charot! Nakakaloka. Diba? Ay, saan ito kong bulalo? In fairness. Okay. Thank you guys. You can subscribe. I'll be happy to that. And then you can click notification bell from some news updates. I am a singer. Eternal boy. Singer. Nakakaloka. Okay, thank you mga palangakong hitan.